Sir, if you owe that much money, why are you doing proposals in the world? You don't have money. Maybe that's why he's trying to come up to each one of y'all. I don't know. $83,000 on child support. What is it? Is these Obama's babies? 83,000. Hi guys, welcome to Tasha Reacts. Welcome to Tasha Reacts. I hope you're doing well, be on good in the hood. Hi, my name is Tasha. I do have another channel called Tachassociety where I do hair, beauty, mostly hair over there. And I do have another channel called Tasha Jean where I do story time. Check me out. Alright, let me put my disclaimer out there. If the person comes up to me and say, hey girl, you don't have the right to be sharing my video, I will take it down because I don't care. I usually leave the person's information down in the description bar, TikTok handle towards the end of the video. All right, so this is a reaction channel, so if you are not into a person that talks too much, baby, I do. I usually leave the person's information down in the description bar. Sometimes I talk too much, sometimes I vent, sometimes I get a little bit off topic, so I always leave the person's information down in the description bar. If you just want me to get straight to the point, it ain't me. So I always leave their information down in the description bar below. I want to say thank you guys. We are moving on up to the east side, even though I'm on the east side, don't worry about it. I want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to me, checked me out, showed me love. I am truly thankful. We are moving on up to the east side, even though I'm there. Alright, so we're gonna be doing the swindler. The engagement swindler. I think I'm gonna just clear out what I have, and if you know, I think a lot of you guys are already caught up to it, so I'm gonna try to do as much as I can, and that because I have so much story times in my phone, so I need to clear it out. So I'm gonna try to do as much as I can with this swindler story, and then we go from there. All right, so let's get started.
So before I tell my pregnancy story, the reason why the daughter's mom didn't wouldn't send her if he found out that she found out that he had a new girlfriend, is because almost every 2 years he has like a new supply. So, and he introduces his daughter to these new women all the time. So she ends up getting attached because we all spoiled her. We spoiled her. We bought her new clothes. Took her to go get her nails done. You know, I've gotten her hair braided. Because she's biracial. Her mom is white. So
I have a question. I'm gonna say something to you. I want to ask you. I don't mind. Alright. Maybe it's just me. Let me ask first, because, you know, sometimes I'll say something and people get mad, right? How do you guys feel as if, right, you date a man and a man's girlfriend does things for your kid? Does it get you mad? Or do you not care? I just want to know. Because, honestly, like, my son is different. He's a boy. But something about my kid's hair, I don't know why people love doing hair. I don't care if my baby's hair is a matted mess. You come to me and say, well, I do hair, so my daughter will never, like my baby daddy, everybody will know. My daughter? My daughter? Just ask. Ask anybody that know me. Yeah, it's now she's going through her little independent stage. It drives me crazy. I just want her to, you know, the hoodies and not caring. I'm like, oh my God, you know. But my daughter, when I had a kid with my daughter's father, and we decided we were going to go our separate ways. The only thing I asked, my daughter's hair is always done. I always did her hair. But for some reason, when I asked my ex, please do not have your women do my daughter's hair, they used to take out my daughter's hair and have girls do it. I I don't know, maybe because they knew it bothered me, but I swear my baby daddy used to do it on purpose. It's not like I bring her a mess. If I brought her a mess, cool. But I do her hair. And you have your girls take out the hair. And the crazy thing is, like, I never met a woman that respected me and be like, nah. That's what when I was with my son's father, and he used to be like, Tasha, could you do my daughter's hair? I was like, Naya, call your mother. And he's like, nah, she's with me. I said, call your mother. Because that's her kid. And she don't know me. At first, she's like, nah, I'll do my daughter's hair. Your dad could get someone to do her hair. But then at a point, she started getting... And I wouldn't do it. Respectfully. Because that's her kid. I don't get it. I don't know. I get the spoiling and all that, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But it's a good thing that the women treated the kid good. You know what I'm saying? Because some women don't. As we can tell with the stepmother. But I'm just saying, I don't mind how you treat my kid. You treat my kid good. But it's something about the hair. I don't know why women always want to do kids' hair. I don't know.
And I can't do little girls' hairs. I just can't. I was happy to have a boy. I wanted to be a boy mom so bad. Because I've never been good with doing hair. Not even my own hair. My hair was short. Like super short for 10 years. No, 11 years. Super cute. Everyone thought I either looked like Rihanna or Shawnee O'Neal. I would get that all the time before I went ahead and grew out.
I don't see it. Maybe I have to see the picture. Maybe Shawnee? No, I don't see it. I'm sorry.
My hair naturally curly, and then I did locks. But anywho, yeah, so that's why she didn't want her daughter being introduced to any more women, because it's like abandonment almost, right? So she would her mom is the one that had to deal with that and help her through that loss. So that's why she didn't want her introduced to anybody new. But I didn't know that. I was just like, what do you mean? Like, I'm great. Like, she's in great hands. But that's why I found that out obviously later. So my pregnancy. So I really wanted to go to Hawaii for Christmas. At this time, there was a rift between my mom and I that Byron caused. And so her and I aren't like, we're kind of shaky. So I really didn't want to be home for the holidays because like no one really liked him. So I was like, I really want to go to Hawaii so bad. Like, I really want to go to Hawaii for Christmas. So there's this site that I absolutely love called redweek.com. It's where people rent out, like, their timeshares. So I was able to find for 4 days in Kauai during Christmas. I think we got there, like, on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. No, we got there on the 23rd, and we left, like, on the 26th. And it was only $1,500. Yes, baby. No, there's not a monster. Do you want to put your towel on? Okay. Here. No. Let me get a towel. Yeah, so I was able to go, we were able to go to Hawaii for my baby moon, for like $1,500. Lay down. And it was great. It was great. And he wanted to go ziplining. So I paid for him to go ziplining. Again, all on my dime. Like, he didn't help pay for anything. So we did 4 days in Kauai, and we stayed at the Marriott. And then we did 3 days in Oahu. I don't really care for Oahu. I mean, I guess it's great if you really like to shop. I'm not really like a big shopper like that, but I at least wanted to do like the pineapple museum. I think it's called Dole Pineapple Museum, and then they have like Turtle Beach, and so I enjoy those parts of Oahu. And Byron has never been to Hawaii, so I love to travel. And when I met him, that was his thing. He said he loved to travel too. But then I find out that he owed child support. And, you know, if you owe more than $2,000 of child support, you cannot get a passport. If you already have a passport, you're fine until it expires. You can't renew it. But if you try to apply for a passport, if you owe more than $2,000, you cannot get a passport. So I love to go to the Caribbean. Like, I love to go to the Caribbean. I really wanted to go to Punta Cana. That was like my next destination trip, and I couldn't go. So, you know, we went to Hawaii, which is great. Like, Hawaii's great. So, and he'd never been. So I was like, yeah, let's just go. And he enjoyed himself thoroughly. He really did. So, yeah, I paid for him to go zip lining. And again, I paid for everything, literally everything. He did, is that trip? Yeah, he did buy me, because he bought me Christmas gifts. He got me like a duffel bag from Tote and Carry, which is Black owned. I like their stuff. And then he got me like this necklace that said my son's name and then mom. So that made me cry. I'm not a very emotional person, so it takes a lot to get me to like cry. Even this whole situation, I haven't really cried a lot about it. I only cried like here and there. Yes, baby, I'm putting a diaper on. So he loves to get like reactions from people. Loves it. So it really makes him feel good. So I broke down and was crying when I saw that necklace.
Can I ask a question? I know, no shade, no tea. I know you want to get the story out, but why are you never just sitting somewhere? You know, like your baby's taking a shower. This is the time you decide to record. Not knowing the baby gonna come out. And then you gotta put the baby diaper on. The baby's screaming in the background. I don't know. Like, it's just a lot.
Because it's like, I really am gonna be a mom, you know? So we do a really cute photo shoot at that particular hotel in Kauai before we went to Oahu. And he put the videos and stuff together. I will upload that on here. I think I can do that. So he put the video and all that stuff together, and we ended up on the like the day before we were supposed to leave. I had to have a talk with him because I had been asking him like to help out more financially. And so I was expressing how important it was for me to be able to have my time to stay home with the baby when the baby's born. That at this time I'm like 4 months pregnant. And so I'm like, okay, we have like, what, five more months before the baby is due. And so I really needed him to step up and like find a job because he wasn't making any money with his photography stuff. And anytime he like had something like a gig, he would tell me he had to do it for free. So I'm asking him to find a job. So anyways, so we end up having this conversation like the night before we're supposed to leave. And he gets so upset and he was like, you ruined the trip. He's like, why couldn't you just wait to tell me this when, you know, we got home? And so, because I was crying when I was telling him about how important it was for me to be able to stay home with my son. Like, very, very, very important for me to be able to bond with him and stay home with him and have my time to just, you know, be with the baby. But I can't do that if he doesn't go get a job. And he didn't like the conversation at all. He didn't like the conversation at all. So we, yes, so I'm going to post this. I'm going to show you the video that he made of our baby announcement. And then I'll tell you what happened after that. Yes, after the baby announcement is when I started getting the messages. Okay, so I'm about to show you guys the little baby announcement video that Byron had made. So he had hid me on social media. He didn't post me at all on his, because his is public. All my stuff was private. Instagram, private, and Facebook. So, when we were doing the baby announcement, I was like, no, I want to, like, post this. Like, this is my miracle baby. Like, I want the world to know that I'm pregnant. So you're going to need to post it on yours too, right? Because, again, he's never posted me. I think he posted me on his Facebook because it was private, but on his Instagram, no. So, I asked him, like, oh, are you sure, like, can Samantha see your post? And he was like, no, like, your page. He was like, no, like, I blocked her. I said, okay. I'm like, yeah, so we're going to need to post it. And that's when the messages started. Very similar to what's happening to his girlfriend right now. I've known who she was since October. I just haven't reached out because, again, I know when someone reached out to me, it was Samantha that reached out to me. That didn't go so well. And just my reaction, it was too much really to wrap my head around. And so I get it. Like, obviously, like, you just cannot believe that this person that you chose to spend your life with is, like, not who you think he is. You can't, like, fathom that. Even though, again, there's all these red flags, you just can't. You just can't. So I don't blame her at all. Like, no one needs to be judgmental, and you don't know, like, what she's going through. I know what she's going through, and Paige knows what she's going through, and Samantha knows what she's going through, and Van knows what she's going through, and Britt knows what she's going through.
Damn, how many of them are they? The last time, the girl who, because my people at my job was even explaining, like, girl, did you do the reaction to this? I'm like, girl, no. Because I only could get, because she's so long-winded, she got like 90,000 parts. I didn't even get to the wife yet. And then there's another girl that came out. So there's mad of y'all. But how many is it in total? Like, because with her, I think she's going to be the whole year. I'm like, low-key, I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate my other story times with her. Because I'm like, baby, I'm going to be sitting in this chair until I'm 60. I have to figure out. I said, I'm going to have to do a cutoff time with her because I got to catch up with the other girls.
Because we've all been there. But we all woke up. So definitely I wouldn't say, oh, she's going to stay because she's going to think that she's the last unicorn. Like, no. No, but you know what? Actually, I can relate to that because when my mom was telling me, like, wanting to show me Paige's videos and things, I told her, I said, Mom, I know he probably didn't break up with these girls the right way, but it's different with me. I did say that. I said, I have a better version of him. I forgot I told her that. That's exactly what I said. I said, I have a better version of him, Mom. I have a better version, even though he's a guy. Like, I'm sure he didn't break up with them the right way, but it's different with me, right? Because he told me he felt safe with me, that I was like his perfect person, the perfect woman for him. So yeah. Okay, guys, yes, the last unicorn. But that was in the beginning, and she's been with him. His girlfriend now has been with him for 2 years. So it's not the same scenario here at all. Like, she's way past that cloud nine. I know she's stressed out. I know it. So anywho, here is the video that he put together for our baby announcement. And then we will talk about the messages. One thing I noticed is these videos upload faster at night. So I'm going to stay up with you guys for another hour. Enjoy. Okay, this is my last video of the night, and then I'm gonna...
I see why you know why they fall in love with him? He's very thoughtful. Like, he does things that is very, like, touching. And it makes you, like, even if he leaves, you'll always be like, you'll forever remember him. He's very, like, he knows how to get to your heart. Because that baby announcement is cute. At first I was like, what the hell am I looking at? Fire? Whatever. But I see that he makes it, like, everything so special, you know?
Knockout, because it is, I think it's 2 o'clock in the morning. All right. Yes, so she got attached to Paige before he even fully left Van or moved out of their home. So I got to know Paige another woman in my daughter's life. He then magically left her after cheating on her as well with you. Tread softly. I don't come as a bitter ex, which is how he usually explains me. I came as a warning. You're now baby mama number 4. He hardly pays child support. She said that, so I gotta blow this up. There you go. Font needs to be bigger. He's months behind because he couldn't help me through COVID. He barely even speaks to my daughter. And this is just to my child. He doesn't speak to his oldest son at all. He doesn't know anything about his second daughter. And the second daughter is the one I told you guys that he had tattooed. And he told me that he ran up on them and she didn't look like him. And if you want to verify my claims, look them up. Here is, and then she gave me like Van's handle and Paige's so that I could reach out. She goes, I bet my life savings that he was with you while still with her. It's the typical move Byron makes. Paige can shed light on how he used her up and left her for you. Trust me, this isn't me coming to ruin your life. Do your research on Byron. Next one. Okay, she goes, Paige, he stole $18,000 from her parents. They even bought her engagement ring that he stole and never gave back. So if he proposes, be careful. It's probably the same ring. Mind you, that was Christmas of 2021. So she hit me up, I think, after the new year. So I got this message in like January, February, and my son was due in May. So if he proposes, be careful. It's probably the same ring. Trust me, I was 7 months pregnant and bought my own wedding ring. He proposed to me when I found out about him still being married to Britt. And it was then that I found out about all his other kids. He hardly speaks to my daughter. I can show you the proof. Case in point, he was supposed to come out to see her during Christmas. I get a call a day before to tell me that he can't because he's going to Hawaii for work. Now, mind you, I told him that he needed to let her know that we weren't going to take her for Christmas months, because I always plan my trips 6 months in advance. So I had planned that trip in like June, July. So he had all that time, and her birthday's in July also. So he had all that time to tell her. So here Samantha is saying that he didn't tell her until the day before. He's supposed to, I guess, get her. Yeah, so he's told her that he's going to Hawaii for work. Once again, I have the proof. That's not why he went, because obviously when he posted the video, here I am pregnant. I'm not going to fight for him to be in his daughter's life, and to be quite frank, I'm taking the steps needed to remove him completely or as much as possible. He's not good to her. Byron doesn't know how to be selfless father. He doesn't know how to be a selfless father, let alone a selfless man or partner. Please take my warning. The last time he spoke to her was Christmas Day, which is the day that we called her to tell her Merry Christmas. He never mentioned you when Dee was flying out. I found out about you from her plane ticket. He claimed you were his dad's significant other who may or may not pick her up from the airport. Once again, I have the proof of that. I have asked to speak to you since you were going to be in my child's life. And he acts like I'm speaking a foreign language and completely ignores my requests. Why would a father not want the mother of the only child he's involved with to not speak to his partner? Because he knows he's wrong. He's a narcissistic sociopath and leaves a long, long line of...
No, I think some people... Okay. Because I used to get mad too. Like, I say that all the time. Like, if you with somebody, well, I don't know. But... I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna be real. It's nice for a woman to meet a man. The person that you're around, right? It's nice. It's cute. That's what a responsible thing to do, right? Just in case something does happen, you know who's around your kid. But it's not. Number one, if you're still hurt and you guys still like each other, people use kids to pin the kid against each other. So that's going to be rare. Like, it's rare for a man to introduce a woman by, Tasha, this is Christina, this is Tasha. Nice to meet each other. It's rare. Because a lot of baby daddies still like their baby mothers. They do. And some people know that, and vice versa. I'm not just saying baby daddies. Not all. Please. I don't want no one to go. But a lot of them do. They still have feelings for the person. They still care about the person. They still care who's around the person. And some people know that it's still feelings around. They don't want to lose what they got. You know? They don't want the girlfriend to meet the baby mama, and then the baby mama is crazy. And then he loses the relationship, you know? So sometimes, yeah, it's cute to meet the person, but then what is he gonna do? He's a serial dater. But you're gonna meet every girl? I used to say that with my daughter's father. How come you don't introduce me to your people? Baby, that dude had the light switch. Every day there was a new one. He was like DMX. There was Keisha, Alicia, Tisha, like, girl. Every day there was a new girl. I'm not even exaggerating. I was not even exaggerating. To the point that he was so bad, his mother was like, just bring a dad to my house. Because it was bad. He was dating his baby mother number 2, but had another girl. The hour was dropping off. Then he was dating another girl that used to be in the house, but still was dating baby mama number 2. Like, it was a lot going on with him. You know what I'm saying? So, I had to get to a point, like, you know what, Tasha, you can't get mad about this man not introducing you to these women, because half of these women are temporary. If he has a real relationship and he really wants me to meet the girl, my daughter's big now. Now he don't have to introduce me, but when the kid is small, I do think parents should know who the kid is around, because God forbid something happens and the police comes and they're going to ask you that. Don't you not watch a lot of the little serial killers? They ask, they're like, so you don't know who the girlfriend's name? But sometimes women don't know because men don't tell you. But let it be a man that's here. Baby, they will have a heart attack. Oh, who around my daughter? Who around my son? They can do it, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? But it's rare for a man to introduce you to the woman. Rare.
Line of destruction. I've hit my limits with Byron. I can't continue this ish show of a game he calls his life. Be careful. You'll be tied to him forever now. He will use you. He won't work. Now, I was reading this while I was driving. Let me sit up. I was reading all this while I was driving. And so it was all a blur. But the part that stuck out to me that she said was he didn't like to work. Because I don't like no lazy man. Like, I can outwork people. I work very, very hard. So I shouldn't outwork you at all. So that's what really stuck out. Because I don't do lazy. Excuse me. He will use you. He won't work. He will gaslight you. He will love bomb you for the first year, and then he will slowly start to change, slowly start to be distant, and slowly pull away after he's used you up. Now, when she used this phrase love bomb, I didn't know what love bombing was. Even when she used the phrase narcissistic sociopath, I didn't know what that was either. And again, I only read this one time. So if I had read it like 5 times, then I would have been like, let me look this stuff up. Because again, you guys, I told you I love to do my research. But I just wasn't in a place. I wasn't in a place. Not 5 months pregnant, I wasn't. Okay, so he's going to use me up. He's going to pull away and use me up. That's what she's saying here. She said, trust me, he left me in financial ruins. I'm still paying off the repo. And the repo is the Honda that he drove from Colorado to California and was living, I don't know where he was living at, but not too long after, he was like living in a home with 6 boys or something like that he had to like drive around, and he was able to stay there for free. But then only a few months later, I believe, then he ended up moving in with Van. So I don't know. That story, I mean, majority of what comes out of his mouth is a lie. I'm still paying off the repo he got us. Asked Van about her debt that she was left with him. I can tell you that story. So, okay, I'm looking at the time here. So with Van, she said by the time he was done with her, right, because he had already been courting Paige for 6 months, that she had like $20 to her name. She said it was so bad. She had to pay to get out of the lease of the apartment. And she also ended up selling, because she had a Benz and she had a Lexus. And he wanted to drive her Benz, which was a newer car, but she had him drive her older car, which was Lexus. So she ended up selling one of her cars because she needed the money. Why would he be so content with getting you pregnant so early into a relationship? Think about it. I was pregnant 4 months after we met. Ask Bleep. They took a very short amount of time before Bleep came. He tried to get Van pregnant and Paige. He will cheat and not use protection. Trust me, all I have been through, all Van has been through, and all Paige has been through. And that's just to name a few. Byron is toxic. He uses my daughter as a pawn. And then I'm going to read the rest of the next video, because there's a lot more. Okay. When he was engaged to Paige, oh, hold on. I gotta blow this up. When he was engaged to Paige or proposed to her, there was a huge YouTube video of it. Paige, is that video still, I never saw it. Did you take that video down? It's a flash mob. It had photographers, videographers. Oh, and my daughter was all a part of it. She was hurt when she couldn't speak to Van anymore. And then Paige, after he maliciously and cowardly left them. He's not a healthy human being. But like I said, you can reach out to them, who he left for you. She can let you know all the damage he caused. he also tried sleeping with someone that Paige knew. And then she tells me Paige's handle. She would love to talk to you about everything. I'm sure you will want to hear from her. Do your research yourself. He's a predator and will prey on you if he hasn't started already. So this is the warning from his wife, Samantha. And then she sends me just screenshots of their text messages, but some of this stuff I already knew about, so that didn't but what did trip me up, yeah, I know about all that stuff. Okay, I'm not going to read that. It has to do with their daughter. But she was messaging him about concerns at home. And then the crazy thing, too, is that when Paige's daddy was in the hospital, for a couple weeks, I didn't really see him. And he told me it was because his grandmother on his dad's side was in the hospital with COVID, and she wasn't doing well. That's what he told me. And what actually was happening, it was Paige's daddy that was in the hospital due to a stroke. And he told me that he was sitting in the car with his auntie just reminiscing. So I'm assuming they're outside of the hospital because, mind you, right, we couldn't go into the hospitals. So visitors couldn't go in the hospital, so you just had to wait in your car. So I'm assuming he's sitting in the car with her. And he told me he was sitting in the car with his aunt reminiscing. Yeah, that was super jacked up. So then, because he never does forwarding addresses, a lot of women have received, letters, child support letters, stuff like that. Like his mail, and then they don't know where to send it to, so I guess it just gets shredded or trashed. So she just sent me a bunch of evidence, which I did look up, but in Colorado, anything that has to do with a child is closed. Here in California, we can look all that stuff up online because the cases aren't closed, they're open to the public, but in Colorado it's not. Yeah. Ooh, I haven't read that in a long time. Yeah, I only read it one time. And it was crazy. And then the crazy thing too is I was like, why are they all talking to each other? That was the other thing that confused me. And I'm like, why are they? And then I thought they were man bashing him. I'm like, but why would they all be coming together against you? And the other problem is I didn't do a lot of open-ended questions. I was trying to problem solve and figure out what was going on. And all he had to do was just nod. He didn't have to answer anything. All he had to do was nod. So, yeah. And that was, literally a month. Because we did our baby announcement Christmas Day, I think. And then I got those messages from Samantha January 21st. So a month later. Yep. Alrighty, so I don't know if I'll post something else on here. But alright. That's the end of this part. I have lost count. And then I'll record some more stuff tomorrow. I have not been able to get my hair done, and I can't even tell you. I was supposed to get it done in January before my birthday, but then something happened and I couldn't, so I'm just now finally getting twisted. I can't wait. My hair needs it. So I'm excited. So I will update you, not update you guys, but I will, finish up my, my posts. I will finish up my posts. We will continue tomorrow. Have a wonderful Friday, guys. Night. One last part that I can add on to the other video. When I saw the message on Facebook from Samantha, Byron was like following me, and he was like on me and like panicky, you know, but he stayed calm though, but his energy was panicky. And then I was like, don't talk to me, like I need time to process this, but he wouldn't give that to me. And so I was just like, what is she talking about? And why is she saying that you have 2 other wives? And I was like, that doesn't make sense. So I thought Samantha was the only one that you've been married to. And he was like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. I only asked that one time. Because again, like I should have read it 5 times for it to like soak in. And then I was like, and what is this like child support? Like, what is this? Because again, I didn't know that he owed child support. I don't think so. I don't remember. I don't think I knew that. And so I called the number. I put in the information, everything that was on the paper that she showed me. And all it does is tell you a number. That's it. And I'm like, oh no, he did tell me he owed child support. But I don't remember what the amount of child support he told me. And so when I called the number, it said at the time it said that he owed like 17,000, I think it was 17,800 or something like that. And I was like, but why is it in Colorado? Because he has another child support in California. And so I was like, why is it in Colorado? Like, is it double? When they transferred for your oldest son's child support to California, did they not transfer the one from Colorado? I was just trying to rationalize it. I don't know how child support works. So, and I'm giving him a story. So all he said was, yeah, wrong. It's 2 separate child support cases. And it's gotta be the little girl in Colorado, I think. Because she opened it up in 2019. Yeah. So that dude owes like 83 grand in child support.
83,000. Sir, if you owe that much money, why are you doing proposals in the world? You don't have money. Maybe that's why he's trying to come up to each one of y'all. I don't know. $83,000 on child support. What is it? Is these Obama's babies? 83,000. He ain't got no job, so.
83 grand in child support. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's you not paying on it at all. But then something interesting happened, and I will save that story for another video. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Alrighty, good night. Good morning. I got 4 hours of sleep. Not enough, but enough for me to function. I usually need my 8. Okay, it is 6:30 in the morning. So we left off with realizing that something's really wrong. That the things that he said weren't 100% true. So here I am, just confused. I didn't want to stress out because here I am. Now I'm 36 at the time. Because we went to Hawaii for the baby moon. That I paid for, all of it. He didn't help me pay for food, no nothing. And then we went, yes, and then my birthday was in January, so I'm 36 now. So when I got this message from Samantha, I gave Byron my phone. Here. Can you just block anyone that needs to be blocked? That's what I said. I'm like, I just can't. I just want to focus on my pregnancy. I don't want anything to happen to the baby. Again, this is like my miracle baby. Like, I have to protect him, right? I have to protect my womb. And I can't be stressed out. I can't be stressed out. So I asked him to block whoever on both my Facebook and my Instagram. Because I don't want to be bothered. Like, whoever he thinks would try to reach out to me. So he blocked people on my business account. He blocked people, and then he blocked people on my personal account. So I had like no appetite. They say when you have a boy, like, you crave meat. When you have a girl, you crave sweets. Yeah, I had like no appetite.
I didn't know all that stuff. Like, you know, honestly, I'm not those type of people who did research during pregnancies. Like, people will know so much stuff. Like, this girl be like, if your stomach's high, you're pregnant. And if you did, baby, I got pregnant and I just went with the flow. Baby, both of my kids was easy. Maybe because I didn't worry. I didn't look at information, preeclampsia. I didn't know none of that stuff. I didn't read about it. I came in pregnant, ate what I ate, went to sleep. Baby, I didn't research nothing. I prayed on my stomach and I said, God, I just pray these kids have hair and they, right, priorities. Have hair, my kids healthy. Both of my kids came, boop, boop, easy. But I be watching y'all people like, oh, if you have a girl, you crave this, you crave that. Baby, I ain't know none of that stuff. It's until I have them now, but oh yeah, that's true. When I had my daughter, I liked sweets and I liked fruits a lot. My son was like pizza, McDonald's, like the same way he eats now. Chicken nuggets, fries. I loved like junky food, soda and all that stuff. He don't really drink soda like that. He's more of a water person like me, but you know what I'm saying? I be listening to people like with cravings and all that stuff. I said, yo, I did not research anything pregnancy. Both my kids, I remember when I had my daughter, the doctor said, you make having babies look easy. I didn't make noise. I didn't cry. I closed my eyes and pushed. Get this thing out of me. So I can, but I didn't go natural. I ain't gonna pretend like, oh yeah, no baby. I felt that pain. I said, can I, cause I never went through cramps in my life. Honestly, I think God spared me. Maybe because he knew the baby daddies I was going to have in life. So he's like, you know what? I'm not going to make you go through a lot in life. But I didn't have cramps in my life. So I never, like a little stomach ache would feel like a million times pain. So as soon as that pain kicked in, I said, I need the drug. I need a drug. You know, so it's just so interesting listening to people with their like stuff. And if you have a boy, if you have a girl, I'm like, yeah, I have both. I don't know.
Yeah, I had like no appetite, hardly. And I was throwing up all the time. Mainly in the morning. I think it was just morning sickness mainly. And then when I throw up, like I get little red bumps. Like when I get overly hot, I get like heat bumps, but it was like kind of the same thing. I get like these little bumps, these red bumps. And so, oh my God, it was terrible. But still was enjoying it. Just very happy, you know, to be pregnant. Oh, and I'm going to post my cute little photo shoot that Byron did of my pregnancy shoot. So at this time again, Oh, okay, so this is what happened. I'm waddling, okay? I'll show you guys a picture of how big my stomach was. But I was waddling, and but I was still working. And so I get a call from Byron. And he was like, he was pissed. He was pissed. He calls me like all pissed off, and he was like, your mom talked to Samantha. I was like, what? What do you mean? He was like, your mom called her, and if she causes me to not be able to see my daughter, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, let me get off the phone with you. Let me call her. I call my mom and I ask her, did you call Samantha? And she goes, dead quiet. And she's like, yes. And I was like, why would you do that, Mom? Why would you call her? So when Samantha sent me the message on Facebook Messenger, I just left it on read, right? But we're not friends, so she can't see if I read it or not. And then Byron plays his little games, and he calls her and acts all like regular. Oh, I want to talk to my daughter, da-da-da-da-da. And so I think she panicked and was like, oh, Camille must have not got the message. And she sends it to my business email address. She sends it to my business email address, and my mom helps me with my business. So I didn't realize that she had sent me an email to my business address until later on that evening when I go through my mail. And Byron had ran me like a bubble bath. When I was pregnant, he catered to me.
That's good. That's good. At least he catered to you during your pregnancy, because baby, I'm not gonna say I had my baby daddy wasn't my daughter's father was like, I always talk about him. He took care of me. Baby, I could call 2 o'clock in the morning. I want a milkshake, and he'll like, what the fuck, fam? Like, he'll do it. Not my son's father. Well, he was a bad dad. So I always say that. I can't talk trash. I knew he was a bad dad. But baby, with that pregnancy, I felt alone. Because I'm a brat. You know what I'm saying? But my son's father he was a trash. He was a garbage. But my daughter's father, baby, my daughter was a princess. And then he got locked up and won't let him out. Don't worry about it. And then when he got locked up, he still made sure his family made sure I was good. Baby, I made sure I had food every week, money to eat food, money for food for me, food. But my daughter's father was more catered to me, more food. But I didn't have I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say I had good pregnancies. That's what I told you. That's why God made my pregnancy so smooth, because he's like, this dumb girl, she's just so stupid. She keep picking these men that don't even like her. Why you have a baby with these men, you know? But my daughter's father catered to me food. If I'm craving something, I'm getting it. But attention-wise, I didn't get that, because he was sleeping with my friend. Oh. We didn't talk about that? Oh, yeah. We always talk about baby daddy number 2. Baby daddy number 2 was bad, too. So was baby daddy number 1. Yeah. So, that's what people... This one girl was... Tasha, you're just so... Tasha, I said, I know. I'm just so stupid. I'm the idiot. I'm a dummy. That's why I'm single. Because I said, you know what, Tasha? You're so stupid. You are a dummy. You're so dumb.
Bubble baths when I got home. I think he may have massaged my feet a few times. And so, it was nice. Like, he was catering to me. And so he cooked me dinner. And again, I mean, he ain't got no job, so he's home. And so I realized that she sent me that email, and I'm like, oh my God, babe, like, she sent me the email. I need to delete it before my mom sees it. My mom had already seen it. Now, before Byron was able to delete the message on Facebook, I had screenshot everything. I screenshot everything and save everything. That's where my phone has like no storage left. So my mom had already seen it, and my mom obviously was super concerned, and she reached out to Samantha, and they talked. And
I'm gonna leave it here, and then we will do part 4. I think I'm gonna just do up to part 6, and then we're done, because this is tiring. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.